Welcome to Master Domaining. I'm Gene Pimentel, and in this session, I'll show you how to take a shot at that dream domain name. There are many sources from which you can research and find fantastic domain names, but of course, more often than not, they're already registered. That's why expired domain lists are so popular among domainers. The lists are always plentiful, and there is always an abundance of great domain names that can be pulled out of them. However, oftentimes there are domain names that you really want to have and just hope someday the owner decides to let it go. Naturally, you could always strike up a conversation with the owner and try to negotiate a deal, but great domain names command very high prices. You may never get most of the domain names you absolutely want, but you can increase your chance drastically by monitoring these domain names using the following system. First, you need to keep a running list of domain names that you would love to grab in the event that it expires or becomes available. Just make a text file or spreadsheet that you can easily add to whenever an ideal domain name catches your eye. This is a list you'll refer to and add to whenever you see, hear, or think of a domain name that you'd love to have. As unbelievable as it may seem, some real dream domain names do drop. The idea is to be prepared when and if it does happen. Now, typically, a domain name that reaches expired status and is not renewed by the owner will be listed at an auction service. Although the domain doesn't necessarily go into auction immediately, it is usually published on the partnered auction site to give potential buyers a heads up. The domain name will be available exclusively at that one auction site. It wouldn't be possible to auction the same domain name at more than one site. So always track the expiring domain name at the auction house that is partnered with the registrar on record for that domain name. This gives you the best chance of acquiring the domain name. If you really want the domain name, place a back order at the auction site before it reaches expiration date. This will allow you to easily monitor the domain name, and you'll be notified when the auction starts. Now, a more general way of monitoring many domain names is to get a free account at domaintools.com. Registering for a free account gives you access to a whole lot more features. So here we are at Domain Tools, and Domain Tools has many different features you can use to research domains. I'm going to log into my account. So once you're logged in, go all the way to the upper right-hand corner and click on Research. This is where you can look up domains to check the who is information or to see if it's available. But if you go to Monitor and click on Domain Monitor, you'll come to this page where you can list as many domains as you want within the limits of your account. And what Domain Tools does is emails you whenever there's a change in status of any of those domain names. Now, I've listed some domain names just randomly here to show you this example. As you can see, it shows you the TLDs that are taken. In this case, AlmeidaRealty.com. The .com is taken, but the green boxes indicate that it is not taken in those extensions. Barbecue Grills is taken across the board, but if it becomes available, Domain Tools will send me a notice saying, hey, barbecuegrills.com is expiring or has expired, and it just gives you that extra heads up so you know, without checking every day manually, that a domain has become available for you. If you scroll down a bit, you'll find the legend here for the colors. Green is available, orange is deleted previously owned domain name, so it should be available now, and the gray is a taken domain name. And what's nice about this too is if you come in here and manually click on domain search, and I clicked on barbecuegrills.com, it shows you domain names that are similar that may be available for you to register. So that's a neat little feature. But what I like to do is add some of my important domain names. I have another account with all my important domain names listed. In this case, here's one of my important domain names, masterdomaining.com. And as you can see, it's taken in the .com, the .net, but all the others are available at this time. Now, obviously, I own the .com, but I found out by being alerted by Domain Tools that somebody else registered the .net. And when I went to the .net, I found that the person who registered the .net was stealing my content and using it for his own purposes. So that's a great way to keep track of who's doing what with your domains if you don't own all the extensions. I was able to send their hosting company a DMCA notice, which means you're telling them that they're hosting copyrighted material that belongs to you and you're requesting them to take it down. And within 2 days, the whole site was taken down. So it's important to keep track of that kind of thing. Now, I believe with a free account, you're able to list up to 1,000 domain names and keep track and have those monitored for you. Anytime there's a significant change, Domain Tools will send you an email alerting you to the fact. So this is a great place to place a list of domain names that you're interested in picking up should they become available. You're automatically notified when they do become available or when they expire. It sure beats having to manually check the domains that you want on a frequent basis. This way, it's all done automatically for you.